And it's time for day 2 of our 4-H Spotlight here on yourlivevent.com. Let's go talk to some 4-Hers. And we're here with Zane Jacobson of Norman County 4-H. And Zane, we're here at the fair here this week. You just kind of want to give us a rundown of everything you're competing in.
Chickens at first. And then we're doing something at the Coliseum, some pictures there, and plants. And then at the plain old fashioned 4-H building, we have alternators.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about those alternators. What are you doing with that?
It charges the battery.
Okay.
And runs your stuff in the, like if you turn on your radio or your fan or your heater or your lights or anything that needs that, the alternator acts like a magnet, so it'll connect to it'll spin around really fast, and then there's little lightning bolts inside of it, and then it goes through a line to the battery, and then when you're driving, you of course need the battery to run some of your things. So if you're going faster, when you go on the throttle, because the crankshaft is connected to a belt, and then the belt is connected to the alternator, which it keeps spinning the alternator while it spins the belt, so it goes faster. So then you need to have so when it'll go faster, and you don't want your alternator to go, if it keeps taking in power, you don't want your battery to explode, because that'll be dangerous. So then what you're going to do is, when you're going faster, it'll slow down the power but keep spinning. And if you're going slower, it'll make the power go faster so it can keep up with the power.
Okay. How about your chickens? Tell me how showing chickens works.
Well, you want to make sure that their pen is clean and that people like them.
Awesome. And what is it about chickens that you enjoy showing?
The excitement of the fair.
Awesome. And back to your projects in there. I know you mentioned the alternator one, but what about, I think you said photography as well, right?
Pictures.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about those picture projects.
Yeah, so I drew 4 pictures of tractors and then taped them together. One of them is an R tractor, which is a wheeled tractor, and then there's an 8-wheeled tractor, which is another R, but it's just a different kind. And then there's a sprayer, John Deere sprayer, and then there is also a T tractor, 8400T.
Okay, my next question was going to be Case or John Deere, but I'm assuming John Deere since you drew the John Deere sprayer.
Yeah, all the John Deeres.
Awesome.
Next year it'll be Case IH probably.
Oh, so you don't. So is there a certain brand you like more, or is it just you wanted to do John Deere this year?
Well, I don't really care what I drive as long as I just have fun.
Awesome. And I guess, Zane, we're here at the Norman County Fair. Just overall, what non-4-H thing are you looking forward to the most?
Probably the rides.
Okay, and any certain rides stand out to you so far?
The Moby Dick and the Cliffhanger. The Cliffhanger is my favorite, besides the Scrambler.
Okay. How about food? Are you a food guy as well?
I like food, yeah.
Okay. What how about food? Have you been able to scout out the food yet?
I have a GoPro and I videoed that a little bit.
Okay. And I guess just any food item you're looking forward to the most? Awesome.
Probably chili cheese fries.
Chili cheese fries. Okay, good choice.
Am I allowed to say something else too?
Yeah.
So as I was saying about my GoPro, if anyone's wondering, I don't have a YouTube channel yet, but I'm hoping to someday.
Okay, perfect.
I just like videoing the fair and the farm and stuff like that.
Awesome. So we got a vlogger coming up here. But Zane, thanks for your time here today, and good luck with your events.
Yep, and I'm hoping to be a YouTuber one day.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're here with Dan Babolian of Norman County 4-H. And Dan, I know you're here showing horses here today, and just overall, how's it going so far?
Pretty good. Yeah.
And
doing my best.
Doing your best?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell us a little bit about your horse. What's its name, and how, and just overall how just tell us a little bit more about your horse.
Well, he's 21. His name's Tonka. I have a poster in the barn about my favorite things about him. He used to be a hunter jumper. He used to do mountain shooting. He drives. He rides. He does everything. He knows everything. Yeah.
Awesome. And you're kind of you're a younger guy yourself, and your horse is a little bit older. Does that kind of help you guys out a little bit with having a horse with a lot of experience?
Some. If anyone else rode him the way I do, they would be thrown off almost immediately. He's very picky. Yeah.
Okay. And have you always had a good chemistry with your horse, or did it fight a lot when you first started?
Well, he kind of fought me some when we first started, but then when my mom got in a car accident and they said she would never be able to ride again, he wanted to go places still, so he had to be with me.
It was you or nothing?
Yeah, basically.
Awesome. And how about other events? What else are you competing in at the Norman County Fair this year?
Well, I'm showing the turkeys, chickens, my horse. I have posters in the 4-H building. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about showing turkeys, because I know I'm not too familiar with that. I've known that people show chickens and stuff like that, but not turkeys. So what does it take to show a turkey?
A lot of the same stuff to show a chicken. Yeah, I've shown turkeys a couple years now. I'm the only one who does it. Yeah.
Okay. And how about your posters? What have you done posters on?
I have done angular limb deformity on foal and caring for a cut on a very accident-prone horse. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I do posters on bees. Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know you guys are also big on bees, and just overall, what is it about bees that you like working with them?
I don't really know. It just gives me something to do. Yeah.
Honey pretty good, though?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Dan, before we get going here today, just overall, you just want to share one of your favorite 4-H memories before we get going here?
Oh, I don't really know. They're all awesome. I can't pick one. There's a lot.
Awesome. Well, Dan, thanks for your time here today, and good luck with the rest of your events.
Yep, you too.
And it's time for another 4-H Spotlight. We are here with Amy Irby. And Amy, I know you're competing in a ton of events, but one I heard that you're excited for is the Dog and Cat Show. Just want to tell me a little bit more about that, what that consists of, and maybe tell us a little bit about your, I believe it's dog, right?
Yeah. I don't show cats. I show dogs.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about your dog. What kind of breed is he? What's his name? How old is he? Just tell us a little bit more about your dog.
His name is Boone, and he's 2.
Okay. And what's your favorite thing about showing dogs?
I get to do agility.
Okay. What does agility consist of? What do you have to do for that?
You have to go up a A-frame with your dog, stop at the end, and then go down. And you have to jump over things and go through a tunnel and jump over a big tire thing. And you have to sit on a table for 5 seconds, and you have to wait for a couple seconds.
Okay. And have you had to train your dog a lot to be able to do that?
Yes. You have to do it second year.
Second year?
Because the first year you can't do that.
Okay. And what's been your favorite thing about training your dog?
That I get to do the A-frame with him, and I get to spend some time with him, because usually he's my dad's dog.
Okay. And does your dog like belly scratches or anything like that?
He does not like to be picked up, but he likes belly scratches, sort of. Even though he has no belly.
Okay. And how about your horses? I saw you were showing horses here earlier today as well. What do you like about showing horses?
Nothing.
Nothing? Tell us a little bit about your horse then.
He's my mom's horse. He's 4 years old, sort of a toddler, and his name is Spark.
Okay. And what's harder, showing a dog or showing a horse?
Horse, because then you have to watch out so the horse doesn't break your toe, like my mom got stepped on a horse and broke her pinky toe on her foot.
Okay, and I know you're here with your sister as well. Is there a sister rivalry going on?
There's always a sister rival.
And who's going to win the rivalry this year?
Layla. She's older. She's 13 years old and bossier.
In bossier, okay. How about other events? What other events are you competing in this year besides horses and a dog show?
Alpaca show, pig show, dog show, horse show, goat mountain.
So you got a full plate on your. You have a full plate this year. 10 things, okay. And tell us a little bit more about the alpaca show. I think I remember a little bit about that last year. It's kind of like a dress-up thing, right?
Yes, you have to dress up, go over things with the alpaca, kind of jump, kind of not.
And do alpacas spit as well, or is that just a llama?
Alpacas spit, but they don't have top teeth, so they pinch you.
Okay, do you like showing the alpaca?
Yes, I like how he's really fluffy and cute, and I can kiss him and I can hug him. Not like the other alpaca. He's new, but he doesn't like people.
Okay, so you have 2 alpacas?
3.
3, okay. And I guess before we get going here, was there anything else you wanted to say about 4-H? Maybe share a 4-H memory or anything like that?
There's one that I got my shoe stuck today.
You got your shoe stuck, okay. Well,
My shoe stuck in the mud in the arena.
Well, Amy, thanks for your time here today, and good luck. Hopefully you're able to beat your sister in at least a couple events.
Thank you.
We are here with Billy Crompton, Norman County 4-H, and Billy, you want to tell me a little bit about what you're doing here at the fair this week? What projects have you competed in so far?
I've competed. I don't know, really.
You don't know? I know you did food yesterday. I think I saw you showing some food. What kind of food were you showing?
It was plants.
Okay. And what made you want to show off the food this year?
Because I like helping poor people.
Okay. And I suppose do you help out with your mom at the food shelf?
Yes.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing about being able to help out at the food shelf?
Because I want to help out and go to heaven.
Okay. And how about the animals? Are you showing animals here this year?
Yes, I'm showing cattle and chickens.
Okay, starting with cattle. What's your favorite thing about showing cattle?
That you get to work with them really hard and it makes your life really easy.
Okay. And you also work at a farm with cattle, right?
Yes.
Okay. And has working at the farm kind of helped you get better at showing cattle?
Yes.
Okay. How so?
Because I help work.
Okay. Now, how about chickens? What made you want to start showing chickens?
Because I've seen that other people have showed chickens, and and you get more money from showing chickens.
Okay. So we got a little entrepreneur here. So Billy, also you're a Clover Bud now. I know that was something you were very excited for. Why are you excited to be a Clover Bud?
Because that way I can be in the fair and do something in the fair.
Okay, so is this your first time competing in the fair?
Yes.
And has it been everything you've thought of so far?
Yeah.
Okay. You also all your siblings do 4-H. Are your siblings kind of teaching you the ropes and how to be in 4-H?
No.
No. How about competing? Are you competing against your brother and sisters?
Yeah.
Alrighty. And do you think you're going to beat them?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. And if I guess Billy, before we get going here today, just overall, what else are you looking forward to about showing at the fair this year?
And it's my birthday today.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about that. It is your birthday here today. So I guess what'd you ask for your birthday?
I asked for water guns.
Awesome. And Billy, before we get going here today, was there anything else you wanted to say to our audience listening at home before we get going here?
That I really like showing cattle.
Awesome. Well, Billy, thanks for your time here today, and good luck with the rest of the week.
Okay.
And it's time for another 4-H Spotlight here on YourLiveEvent.com, here with Layla Irby. And Layla, we just talked to your sister here a couple minutes ago, and she said that you're probably going to be winning all the events against her in the sibling rivalry. Do you think that's true?
Yes,
Why is that?
because I'm older and I know more stuff, and she doesn't work with her animals as much.
Okay. And tell us a bit about some of the things you're showing here this week. What are some events you're competing in?
Dairy, although it's not really competing. I'm the only person doing it. Beef, alpaca, rabbits, and horse.
Awesome. And you mentioned that you're not really competing against anyone, but the way I view it, you're kind of competing against yourself from last time to kind of improve. Is that kind of what you do that for?
Kind of.
Okay, and tell us a little bit more about showing dairy. What does that consist of, and what's the kind of the training process for that?
You have to have their head eye. You just get them to like you first, and then you work from there.
Is it hard to get a cow to like you?
If they're bottle baby, then no, because you're with them like a lot, day and night. And then, but like if like beef or like you're just born, and then they live on their mom, you can't really have their mom be by you like all the time, especially if that mom's not a bottle baby. So.
And showing horses, when we asked your sister, she said she didn't really like showing horses all that much. Do you like showing horses?
I like riding them in shows. I don't like halter classes. Yeah.
Okay, and are you going to be competing in the games or later today with the horse games?
Yes.
What's your favorite game to play?
Barrels.
Barrel racing?
Yeah.
Okay, and how long have you been barrel racing?
A couple, like 2 to 3 years.
Okay, and have you gotten a lot better over those 2-3 years?
Yeah.
And how much training in a week do you have to do with a horse typically?
Enough to get them to like you and not be snotty.
Okay, and you also mentioned that you're showing an alpaca this year. What does that consist of, and what's your favorite thing about showing an alpaca?
Also getting them to like you. That's a big part of everything. Maybe like having their head up and not falling over like a goat.
Okay. And Layla, we're here at the Norman County Fair. Are you going to be doing non-4-H stuff here as well?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most that's not 4-H related?
Walking around with my friends.
Walking around with your friends, okay. And are you competing in the dog and or cat show as well?
The dog one, yes.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about your dog. What's his name? How old is he? Maybe 1 or 2 things about him. Maybe some of the things he likes.
I'm showing 2 dogs, Storm and Emmett. Storm, she has a lot of energy. She's like the middle child. She doesn't like attention, but she likes attention. And then Emmett, he's an attention hogger, and he's just a snuggle bug.
Okay. And do both of the dogs like belly scratches as well?
Yeah.
Okay. And how about the training process for the dog and pet show? How much training do you have to do with your dog before you get a really good, before you start to see good results?
A lot. You have to get them to like sit like right by you and stuff.
What's your dog's favorite treat?
Pizza.
Pizza. Awesome. Well, Layla, before we get going here today, just overall, you just want to share 1 or 2 of your favorite 4-H memories over the last years?
The dairy show and the halter class.
Okay, what's a halter class?
It's the where you like bring your horse like around the arena and you have to do different patterns. I didn't win it, but it was fun.
Awesome. Well, Layla, I really appreciate you taking the time to do this interview here today, and good luck with the rest of your activities.
Thank you.
It's time for another 4-H Spotlight here on YourLiveEvent.com. We're here with Michael Crompton of Norman County 4-H. And Michael, just overall, how's the fair going so far?
Oh, it's going pretty good. The animals are pretty calm. Thought they might, something new, so they might freak out a little bit, but they've been staying pretty calm, and they don't like this water, but...
And tell us a bit more about some of the activities you're going to be participating in. What animals are you going to be showing? What activities will you be in?
Well, I got a heifer and a steer we'll be showing tomorrow, and yep.
What's the difference between a heifer and a steer for our audience who aren't familiar with cows?
The heifer's a female and the steer's a male. And the steers always grow better, and the steers are more for the market, and the heifers, they'll go back in the breeding herd.
Okay. And how about showing them? How does showing the two different genders differ?
They're about the same, just a little bit different stances, and that you have to have them in, and not that much different.
Okay. And when it comes to training for an event like this, how much preparation before the fair does it take?
Oh, it takes a lot. It takes in 3-4 months. It takes a long time to do it.
Okay. And how do you select a cow to show?
Well, you just go to the herd and you just look at them and figure out which one is the best one. You generally take that one.
Speaking of your herd, how big of herd do you have at your farm?
We got about 150 head.
Okay. And just how much work does it take to have a herd that big and just watch over that and manage that?
Oh, it takes a lot, especially during calving season. You have to be out there all the time.
Awesome. And with a 4-H now, what's your favorite aspect of 4-H? What is it about the organization that you enjoy doing the most?
I love showing the cattle. It's just real fun.
Then, of course, we know you have a bunch of siblings who also participate in 4-H. Is there a sibling rivalry going on?
A little bit, yeah.
And out of the family, who's the best at showing cattle?
Me, 100%.
You?
Yep.
I was about to say, I think your siblings would say otherwise, correct?
Nope.
Nope. Awesome. Well, Michael, you're talking a lot of trash up on the show here today, so we will be back tomorrow to see the results, and we'll be sure to ask you about how those competitions went. So I guess before we get going here today, was there anything else you wanted to say about 4-H? Maybe share a favorite memory or so from the past?
Nah, I'm not sure. I guess, I don't know.
Awesome. Well, Michael, thanks for your time here today, and good luck with your events.
Thank you.
And we're here with Kiera Trout of Norman County 4-H. And Kiera, I know that you and your brother are very busy here this week, so you just kind of want to tell us some of the events you're competing in this year.
Not only softball, showing rabbits, doing goats, and kind of just trying to get them all, even we have at-home chores.
Okay, and I know talking to both of you last year, one thing I do remember is that you guys were very into the rabbit show. And just tell us a little bit about some of your rabbits and what's your favorite part about showing rabbits?
Some parts about the rabbits is that when you take them, you gotta make sure they're underweight or almost there, so they're not overweight.
Okay. And why is it important for the rabbits to be underweight? Is it like a scoring thing, or what is it?
If they're over 9 pounds, then they're a disqualification.
Okay. And is there some sort of sibling rivalry going on with your brother as well?
I have no idea. I mean, the only one that we're both showing is goats.
Okay. And tell me a little bit more about showing goats. So what does a typical goat show consist of? What do you have to do? Kind of just walk us through a normal goat show.
Kind of just bringing it in depending on the judge. Some will want you to do some more, but sometimes they'll have you just walk it in and they'll check it over, and you gotta move around the goat so they can check it.
Okay. And how about just a 4-H in general? How long have you been in 4-H? Judging by that, it's been a long time?
Yeah.
About as long as you could remember?
Can't really remember.
Awesome. Well, how about for a kid who's maybe just joining 4-H? What's the best advice that you could give them as a person who's been in the organization for a long time?
If they're going to be a clover bud, I'd say maybe, like if they want to show something, I'd choose a rabbit or something. But if they wouldn't be a clover bud, then I'd suggest really doing anything that they feel comfortable with.
Okay. And just tell me a little bit more about rabbits. What's your favorite thing about a rabbit?
Being able to take it in the house.
Take it in the house. Are they also really fluffy because they look like it?
Depending on the breed. Like if they're mini Rexes, they'll be really fuzzy. If they are Harlequins, they kind of are, but I'm not sure about the other breeds.
Okay. And what breeds do you typically show or have at your farm?
We show ones that aren't really as popular. So we don't have any more mini Rexes, but we have some like rescues that are a mix that we don't know of. And we have Harlequins.
Okay. Well, Kiera, I guess just before we get going here, just want to tell us, with it being the Norman County Fair, obviously 4-H isn't the only thing to do at the fair. So I guess what non-4-H thing are you looking forward to most at the fair this year?
Being my friend's ride or die buddy on the rides.
Is there a certain ride that's caught your eye so far?
Tilt-a-whirl.
How about food? I know food's also a big part of it. Is there what's your favorite fair food?
Lupe's Tacos.
Lupe's Tacos. Awesome. Well, Kiera, thanks for your time here today, and good luck with your events.
Yep.
And it's time for another 4-H Spotlight here on YourLiveEvent.com. We're here with Elias Trout. And Elias, so we just saw you on the horses here a couple minutes ago. Just overall, how have the horse events gone so far today?
She's been a little excited. She's having a hard time adjusting to the fair setting.
Okay. And I guess just as the fair goes on, how do you kind of prep your horse to get kind of, I would say, more comfortable in this environment?
She doesn't really have the time to. She showed up. We brought her in last night, and she's just been kind of trying our best to get her to calm down. But she's also, I wasn't expecting to kind of exceed in the pleasure events. I'm taking a roping horse to a 4-H show, so I'm kind of just here to enjoy it.
Awesome. And then just speaking of enjoying 4-H, what's just your favorite part about being in the organization and competing?
The horse shows. Even though I don't do too great, it's still fun to ride around.
Okay. And how many horses do you have? Do you just have the one, or do you have multiple horses at home?
I have the one that I'm showing here, and then she has a buddy in her pasture at home, a little mini.
Okay. And tell us a bit more about your showing horse. What's her name? What's the horse's name? How long have you had her training, and just anything like that?
Okay. This is the one I'm showing. She's Mesa. I've had her since July of last year, and I just got her from an auction as a ranch and rodeo horse. So she's not really quite adjusted to doing the slow work like you saw this morning with the pleasure classes. I've been doing a lot of work, but with the new setting of the fair, she's never been to a fair before, so she's a little high strung. So I just kind of rode her out. The games will be much more what she's familiar with. That should be pretty nice to watch.
Okay.
But I've also been working on a lot of training with roping, so she's not quite as prepared for pleasure as she is those events.
Okay. And so I assume this is the first fair if you got her last July?
Yeah, this is her first fair. She's still getting used to it.
Okay. And how much training does it take in that first year of training a horse? That same year you get her. Just overall, how much training does it take to kind of prep her for an event like this, or even just for the horse to get used to you?
It's kind of nonstop. I basically get home from work and get on her and work with her until there's no more sunlight. So it's been a lot, as much as I can every day when it's not raining or too cold or too hot. It's always a continuous process. You're either getting better or worse.
Okay.
So it's kind of just takes constant improvement.
Awesome. And what other events are you competing in at the fair this year? Do you have any? Are you showing rabbits? Anything else like that?
I have 2 dairy goats that I'm taking. One of them was a bottle baby, and the other one was just raised with her mother. But the one that I was raised with her mother is going to be a 4-H dairy goat, and then the one that I raised as a bottle baby will be my 4-H goat.
Awesome. And we just talked with your sister as well, and of course she's your younger sister. And do you kind of help train with her as well, and kind of serve as like a pseudo teacher as well?
Yeah, for horse and for goat, I help her a lot with that. And goats are a bit easier to work with, especially when they're a lot smaller. So it kind of just leading them around, getting them used to being away from the herd, and just kind of walking along with us and standing, getting them to kind of just be used to out in the new area.
Okay, and Elias, how long have you been in 4-H? Have you been in for a couple of years now, or have you been in since you've been since you can remember? Just overall, how long have you been part of the organization?
I joined in 6th grade.
Awesome. And what grade are you going into now?
I'm going to NDSU this fall.
Awesome. So is this the last year showing as well?
I have 1 more year to show in 4-H.
Awesome. And with that last year, next year, just overall, just kind of go out with a trip to the state fair, or have you been before?
I've done state fair with rabbits, but I'm just kind of here to have fun with it this year.
And tell us a bit more about that state fair environment. How does the state fair environment differ from, let's say, here at the Norman County Fair?
It's a lot busier. There's a lot of people. You really got to work to get your animals there and get taken care of in the middle of everything else going on.
Awesome. And as a person who's been in 4-H now for a while, just want to tell us 1 or 2 of your favorite memories you've made throughout the last few years?
Well, going to state fair was always fun. I do like showing the goats, especially the bottle baby is always fun to show because you don't even have to lead her around. She just follows you around like a little dog and will be with you. Horse, even though it's a little bit challenging trying to get a horse that's used to environments other than 4-H, it's still fun trying to work with her and going to the practices that 4-H holds every week.
And then with you graduating here now, how has a 4-H set you up for maybe a career after high school and once you get out of college? How has a 4-H helped you get to where you are today?
Well, now I have a lot of experience with animals, goats, horses, cows, and now that I'm going to NDSU for animal and equine science and then moving on to become a veterinarian. So it's given me a lot of experience with animals for going towards that.
Awesome. Well, Elias, thank you for your time here today. Good luck with the first year in college, and good luck with the rest of your events here this week.
Yep, thank you.
You've been listening to day 2 of our coverage here on the 4-H Spotlight here on YourLiveEvent.com.